Plastic surgery seems to be the norm these days, but there are some surgeries out there that are not as common as we think, and sometimes they can even end up in disaster. Here are 10 shocking body part transformations. Bi Shine. Her real name is Mayra Hills, but her stage name is Bi Shine. The German model is the record holder for the world's biggest augmented breasts. How does she have such large boobs? Well, she has expander implants that she gets refilled on a regular basis. Her natural cup was a B, but after numerous surgeries, she now has a size 32Z cup. On her adult-themed website, her weight is listed as 130 pounds, but each breast weighs over 20 pounds, roughly the equivalent of a toddler. Bi Shine has said that she can no longer sleep on her stomach or back. The large boobs have forced her to become a side sleeper. Oh, and she says she hasn't reached her final goal just yet. Jana Stoner. Jana Stoner is a former model living in California who got 2 double D-sized breast implants inserted into her butt. When she twerked, each implant moved independently. Jana got the surgery done in Mexico, where it was considerably cheaper, but even she will admit that the quality wasn't stellar, and she's now stuck with 2 boobs in her butt. She was on the show Botched in 2015, and her story went viral. Valeria Lukyanova. Valeria Lukyanova is famous for looking like a human Barbie doll, for which she rose to fame around 2012. Her unreal body proportions and anime-like face have caused people all over the world to speculate whether or not she has had plastic surgery. She has only come clean about having breast implants, but insists that's all she's had done. Because the internet is full of researchers, old photos of Valeria were found and she looked much different before surgery. Doctors have speculated that she had ribs removed to make her waist smaller, along with a nose job at the very least. Jackie Stallone. Jackie Stallone is over 90 years old and is more active than other people her age. But when you ask Sylvester's mother what her one regret in life is, she will tell you that she got too much plastic surgery. After her latest procedure, she feels that she looks more like a chipmunk with a mouth full of nuts instead of a person. Jackie has progressively gotten more and more procedures done on her face over the years, to the point where she looks nothing like her old self. The size of her lips change from year to year, and sadly, her face is now permanently disfigured. Rajina Reensing. Rajina Reensing was one of Dr. Morris's victims who had cement and tire sealant injected into her face. Dr. Morris was a transgendered woman who ran a black market plastic surgery ring where she was injecting people with cheap fillers like superglue. Raji was born a male and was using the surgery to help her transition into a woman. However, after Morris injected all these horrific substances into her face, it left Raji permanently disfigured. Morris was arrested with a slew of charges against her, including manslaughter, after one of her patients died after the procedure. Christina Ray. Christina Ray has spent over $5,000 on over 100 lip injections in her quest to look like Jessica Rabbit. Christina was convinced that her natural lips were unattractive and found that the cartoon character's full lips were the epitome of beauty, despite the fact that she is a fictional character. Each injection costs between $50 and $80, and even though Christina says they are very painful, she keeps her goal in sight. Now she has some of the biggest lips in the world and doesn't have plans to stop. Vanity Wonder. Vanity Wonder started getting butt injections in 2006 and kept going for 5 years, which is why her butt is so big now. She admits that she became addicted to the silicone shots, and many of her injections were done on the black market. She was even initially injected with soybean oil that made her butt feel stiff. She has written a book about her life and experiences on the black market and how she stopped the injections when she was nearly sent to jail for being involved with the illegal practice. She has spent about $15,000 on her butt. Brian Zembic. How far would you go for a bet? In 1996, gambling addict Brian Zembic made a bet with his friends after seeing a waitress flaunt her boobs and claimed that he could get just as much attention if he had boobs like her. Well, his friends bet him $100,000 if he got breast implants and kept them for a year. Brian got the surgery and became the proud owner of 38C breasts. He ended up loving his breasts and kept them for 20 years. In 2016, Brian was featured on an episode of Botched because he was finally ready to rid himself of his $100,000 boobs. Akash Shukla. When Akash Shukla stopped growing at 16, his doctor found that his growth plates had fused and he had no chance of growing taller than 4 foot 11 inches. Shukla opted to have an extremely painful limb lengthening surgery where the leg bones are broken and metal rings and screws are put in between the bones. During rehab, therapists turn the screws in the legs to expand the rings. As the body heals, it generates new bones. The process cost over $275,000 and took 6 months to complete. Akash is now 2.5 inches taller. Rodrigo Alves. Rodrigo Alves has spent over $400,000 to undergo 42 cosmetic procedures in order to look exactly like a Ken doll. But his most recent and 7th nose job is probably his last. In April of 2016, Rodrigo was admitted to the hospital because his nose was literally rotting away. Doctors diagnosed him with necrosis, which is the death of body tissue. He underwent a 10-hour surgery to rebuild his nose from scratch using cartilage from his ribs. Just love yourself the way you are. Let us know what you thought of this video in the comments, and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for amazing content daily. Thanks for watching.